The subtle psychological trick stores use to force you into buying more. Let me start with something uncomfortable. Every time you walk into a store or scroll through an online shop, there is a system working against you, not randomly, not accidentally, deliberately. And the most dangerous part? You don't even notice it. You walk in planning to spend $10 and somehow walk out spending $50. You tell yourself, I just picked up a few extra things. But deep down, you know something influenced you. Here's the truth. You are not just shopping, you are being guided, because modern stores are not just places to buy products. They are carefully engineered environments designed to influence your decisions. Every shelf, every light, every price tag, it's all intentional. And today, I'm going to break down 8 powerful psychological tricks stores use to make you spend more money than you plan. But more importantly, once you see these tricks, you can never unsee them. And if you value content that helps you think sharper and spend smarter, subscribe to Money Mind Shift. Because here, we don't just talk about money. We talk about how to protect it, grow it, and control it. If you've ever walked into a store and spent more than you planned, let's begin. 1. The decompression zone, where your guard drops. The moment you walk into a store, something subtle happens. You slow down. You adjust. You stop thinking clearly. This is called the decompression zone. It's the first few steps inside the entrance. And here's the trick. Stores don't place important items here because they know you're not fully focused yet. Instead, they give your brain time to relax, to adapt, to lower resistance. It's like walking into a calm environment before a negotiation. Your defenses drop, and once your guard is down, you become easier to influence. This is not random. It's psychological design. Even online stores replicate this. Clean home pages, simple layouts, soft introductions. They're not trying to sell you immediately. They're preparing you to be sold to. 2. The power of anchoring, making prices look cheaper. Let's say you see a jacket priced at $300. Immediately your brain reacts, that's expensive. But then, right next to it, you see another jacket priced at $120. Suddenly, $120 feels reasonable. But here's the truth. It's not cheap. It just feels cheap in comparison. This is called anchoring. And it's one of the most powerful pricing strategies in the world. Your brain doesn't evaluate value in isolation. It compares. So stores intentionally place expensive items first to make everything else feel more affordable. Even billion-dollar companies use this. Look at how Mark Zuckerberg scaled platforms. He understood perception. Value is not just what something is, it's what it's compared to. And stores use that same principle against you. 3. Decoy pricing, forcing you to choose the more expensive option. Now this one is clever. Imagine this. You see 3 options, small, $5, medium, $10, large, $11. Now think about it. Most people won't choose small because medium seems like a better deal. But then, large is just $1 more than medium. So what happens? You upgrade, not because you needed it, but because it feels like the smarter choice. That middle option, it's a trap. It exists to push you toward the highest priced option. This is called decoy pricing, and it works incredibly well. Even successful individuals understand decision influence. Jack Ma once said, "You should learn from your competitor, but never copy." Businesses don't copy randomly. They study what works, and pricing psychology works. 4. Store layout, controlling where you walk. Have you ever noticed something strange? You go into a store for one item, but you end up walking through the entire store. That's not by accident. Stores are designed like mazes. They guide your movement, force exposure, increase temptation. Basic items like milk, bread, or essentials, they're usually placed at the back. Why? Because you have to walk past dozens of other products to get there. Every step increases the chance of impulse buying. Even the direction you walk is influenced. Most stores guide you clockwise because most people naturally turn right. So they design layouts that feel natural, but are actually strategic. This is the same thinking successful people apply in life. Steve Harvey often talks about being intentional with your environment because your environment shapes your behavior. Stores understand this, and they use it to shape your spending. 5. Artificial urgency. Why you rush without thinking. You've seen it before. Limited time offer. Only 3 left in stock. Sale ends today. In that moment, something shifts inside you. You stop evaluating. You start reacting. Because your brain switches from thinking mode to survival mode. You feel like you might miss out. And missing out feels like losing. So instead of asking, do I actually need this? You ask, what if I don't get it? That single shift changes everything. This is called artificial urgency, and it's designed to speed up your decisions. Because the faster you decide, the less you question. Even highly disciplined people can fall into this. Because urgency doesn't target intelligence. It targets emotion. Think about Denzel Washington. He once spoke about the importance of not rushing decisions in life. Because rushed decisions are often emotional decisions. But stores do the opposite. They create pressure. So you don't have time to think clearly. And when you don't think clearly, you spend more. 6. Emotional triggers. Buying how you feel, not what you need. Now let's talk about something even more powerful. Emotion. Because at the end of the day, people don't buy products, they buy feelings. Comfort, excitement, status, relief. Stores understand this deeply. That's why certain environments feel a certain way. Warm lighting, pleasant music, organized displays. It's not just about aesthetics, it's about mood. Because when you feel good, you spend more easily. And when you feel stressed, you also spend, just in a different way. You buy things to escape, to reward yourself, to feel better. So whether you're happy or overwhelmed, there's always a product that matches your emotional state. And that's not coincidence. That's design. This is why emotional awareness is so powerful. Because once you understand your emotions, you regain control over your decisions. 7. The small yes strategy, how tiny decisions lead to bigger spending. Here's a subtle one. Stores rarely ask you for a big commitment immediately. Instead, they guide you through small decisions. Add one item, then another, then maybe a small upgrade. Each step feels insignificant, but those small decisions, they add up quickly. Because once you say yes once, it becomes easier to say it again. This is called commitment progression. Your brain wants to stay consistent with your previous actions. So if you've already started spending, it feels natural to continue. This is why checkout areas are filled with small items. Snacks, accessories, add-ons. You're already in buying mode, so the resistance is low, and stores take advantage of that moment. Before you realize it, you've spent more than planned. Not through one big decision, but through many small ones. 8. The invisible habit loop. Spending without awareness. Now this is the most powerful one. Because it doesn't just affect one purchase, it affects your behavior over time. The more you repeat a certain action, the more automatic it becomes. Walk into a store, browse, pick something, buy. Repeat that enough times, and it becomes a habit. You stop questioning, you stop analyzing, you just act. And once spending becomes automatic, it becomes difficult to control. This is what stores aim for. Not just one sale, but repeated behavior. Because habits create consistency, and consistency creates profit. But here's the important part. You can reverse this because habits are not fixed. They're learned. And anything learned can be unlearned. The moment you become aware, the pattern starts to break. Final thought. Let's bring this all together. Every time you walk into a store, you think you're making independent decisions, but in reality, you're navigating a system designed to influence you. From the moment you enter to the moment you check out, every step is carefully constructed, not to force you, but to guide you, subtly, quietly, effectively. But here's the difference now. You're aware, and awareness changes everything. Because once you see the system, you stop reacting automatically. You pause, you question, you decide. And that's where control begins. Because money is not just about how much you earn, it's about how well you protect it. And the people who build wealth, they don't just work for money, they learn how to keep it. If you want to think sharper, spend smarter, and build real financial control, subscribe to Money Mindshift. Because here, we don't just talk about making money, we teach you how to protect it, multiply it, and use it strategically. And before you go, comment, "I control my money." Because the moment you take control of your spending, you take control of your future. I'll see you in the next one.